So yeah, so this area here is called construction. So this is kind of a random spawn. So it kind of depends on really what you want. So I always recommend people hitting like Jaeger stash spawns. That's always an easy one to hit. That's what I used to hit when it was before the customs expansion. So you used to not have this whole area back there with like Alamo or Crack House or all those places. But what I would do is I would start. So if you spawn here, the number one thing you probably want to learn is PMC spawn locations, because they can spawn in different spots, but most of them would be considered like static spawns. So if you spawn here at this moment, you probably have at least 2 teams across the road, like over there by Big Red. Then you have potentially a spawn back there by RUAF. Then you could even have a spawn down there by Campfire, or you could have it right up on that road. So right off the bat, you're kind of stuck in the middle. So if you're looking to make money, the key here is, one, understanding that the PMCs are gonna start pushing. So that person over there that spawned at RUAF, you can just probably assume he's either going to go straight to Crack House or he's going to go straight into construction and push the dorms. That's probably the 2 highest percentage locations that you can go. There's also a spawn behind where Sniper Scav spawns, behind there. There's also a PMC spawn there. So you can be technically surrounded at this point. So if you were to get this particular spawn, what I would personally do is I would just say there's a lot of good loot over there, but you also run the chance of running into somebody and getting yourself killed, because ultimately, to make money in this game, it's extracting. Like, you die, you lose. It's as clean as that. Like, you gotta get out of the raid. So you're probably experienced enough to know, okay, ZB13, you know about the exfils, correct? You know where to go to get to the exfils.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I would do if I had this spawn is I'd push down. Right here, you can jump on this thing. Get up on this. So for a quick exit, you can... So what you want to do for the quick exit is this little corner here. You run and jump off this corner, and you'll land right on that rock. If you don't, you break your legs. So that's just a quick, sneaky way to kind of... That's a quick, sneaky way to get out of construction, if in a pinch if you need to. So what I would do is I would push over here. Inside here is this is a grenade box and a bag. The duffel bags are buffed this time around. So you can get just about, I mean, you can get anything in them. You can get LED X's and graphics cards. You can get just all kinds of miscellaneous, just whatever's in them. And then these grenade boxes is how you get impact grenades. So you get an impact grenade, you can go rat in a bush, wait for somebody to walk by and kill them with an impact and take their shit. So, all right. So you can hit that. You can just assume at this point that skeleton right there in front of us. Just assume that if you go up the top of skeleton, you're going to get your head blown off. Over in Alamo, or whatever people call it, Scav House or Scav Camp or whatever, my group calls it Alamo, there's probably going to be a PMC either there at this point or getting ready to go there at this point. A lot of times people, they get to that, you see that, I know you, I'm sorry, I know you can't really see that turret, but that turret is a grenade launcher. What folks do is, to get shooterborn and heaven kills, they'll get on that turret there it's on the right side facing us. It's on the right side, and they'll shoot it over the dorms. So there's a chance that if you mess around in this area too much in the beginning of the raid, that grenade launcher is going to shoot and you're going to die because it's going to shoot dorms. So I would say no to skeleton, no to Alamo, because you're trying to go to places where you're not going to get yourself killed, right? It's good loot and you can get some decent stuff there, but if you die, it doesn't matter because you didn't really make any money. So what I would do is get out of construction, come out of here, cross the road. This is your first. This could be. This is where a Jaeger. This is where you can start hitting Jaeger stashes for money, right? So you could start anywhere when it comes to this, but at this point we spawned in the middle of the map, so we're gonna start. We're gonna play what the map gives us, right? So we're gonna hit this Jaeger stash. You hit it, come back out, run alongside. This is bus station. That's what my group calls it. Bus stop. Run alongside this. So you get to the corner of this here, and you just face out to that tree and walk straight out to it. And right here is another Jaeger stash. This is one of the bigger ones where this is where you can get, you know, it has obviously better loot that spawns in it, but you can get different, you can get armors and whatnot, slicks, all that good stuff. Okay. So now, come back. I would recommend staying away from dorms if you're looking to just get in and get out, because while dorms has some, like, especially 2-story has some just awesome loot, from an experience standpoint, it's just not worth it. So you can come over here. Another Jaeger stash right here. Get it. It's full of whatever. Oh, glasses. An MP9. So that's decent money. So right now, over there is gas station. So you probably know about gas station. You know about Reshala. Oh, I got some of my. And you know about Reshala. Again, that's going to be a PMC hotspot. And we're going to want to avoid the PMC hotspots. So come down. I would recommend, this is a very rare thing to find, but you can run over here if you want. This camp right here. This camp right here can spawn, not only do you have a duffel bag, but underneath this guitar can be a flash drive. So if you need it for the beginning of your the beginning of the wipe, you can get a flash drive right underneath there. And then right here where you're standing, a backpack spawns, a scav backpack. Why those are so important is that if you find that scav backpack, it can have an anything spawn in it, so you can get like a red rebel out of it. If you were to find that, and it's rare, and if you were to find that, you immediately put that into your melee weapon spot. So, because it used to be that you would still die. If you died, you still lost it. But I believe they changed it that you don't lose it anymore. So if you loot a red rebel, especially if it's like early wipe, I mean, hell, if you notice right now, it's like 4 or 5 million. Like, that's big money, right? That's big money. So you definitely want to hit that. You definitely want to come over here and check that just to see if it's here. Plus, you have a duffel bag. And like I said with the duffel bags give you just about anything. They can give you literally just about anything. Provisions, medical supplies, but you know, but you also can get a LEDX, and you can also get graphics cards. I've pulled them both out of duffel bags. So, okay. So, you can push back up this hill. Now, at this point, you should be prepared that you're going to be coming into an area where you could run into contact with the PMC. So, PMCs obviously spawn on the other side of the map, and they're trying to get over here to either get to dorms or whatever. The key for making money is, one, staying alive. So what you're going to want to do is always wear a headset and listen and go from cover to cover. So before you would push through this fence line, you know, you could always just come up here, hunker down, and just listen for a minute to see if you hear anybody coming up down this hill. If you do, you can make your choice if you want to engage or not. Wait in ambush. But if not, you can push right up here. Go right to the tippy top. Right here, inside this bush, is another Jaeger stash that you can hit. It's got oat flakes and a hard drive, so not that great, but now you can push down. Sometimes you may find somebody up on these cliffs here working on Shooterborn in Heaven for customs. It's rare that people get up here because it's not a great spot, but they will get up here and like hide behind this rock and try to wait and dome people. So now, now it's probably getting to the point where you need to watch out for scavs. This is a scav extract right here. So you need to be careful and again, listen and make sure that you hear your surroundings and what's around you. You can push over here. Again, there's a PMC spawn over here, but I would go ahead and assume at this point the PMCs are gone. You're close to gas station, but you're far enough away that you won't make a lot. If you don't make a lot of noise, nobody's going to hear you. So you can follow alongside this. Right here is passage between the rocks. This is a scav extract, or maybe it's right there, but one of these two is a scav extract. But right here in this bush is another Jaeger spawn.
I didn't know about this one.
Yep, there's another Jaeger spawn here. Nothing much here. So from here, you can make a choice. So if you are, let's say you got some good shit on you, don't do this. If you don't have good loot on you, you can come over here and chance it. It's not a big deal. Come over here to this blue fence. This can be a hot place too for PMCs, so just be careful. There is right here. There's another Jaeger stash right here in this bush. Get it. There is cigarettes, a relay, pistol. That's about it. But over here in this area, you've got a couple of chance for some weapon parts and like some good, like some pretty decent weapon parts, a weapon case. Let's see. You can get some weapon parts here. There's an RK5. Inside here is a med case. LEDXs spawn in here. You can get this is a LEDX spawn. So it's always worth a chance. So yeah, so this area is not bad. It's just usually pretty contested. So anyways, we can push around. Continue on. Push to the back of the map. And there'll be another Jaeger spawn back here by this dumpster. So this little light blue dumpster, there's a Jaeger stash behind it. You can hit it. Easy. Just a nice little easy thing to hit. Caps and a T-plug. So you can run alongside here. I would offer to stay away from checkpoint. I like hitting the checkpoint room personally. You can get some decent ammo and some grenades and shit out of there, but I would leave it alone just because, again, the key here is survivability. Like, you need to be surviving. Every time you do this run, you should be making anywhere from 250 to 500K, depending on the items that you find. So each time you do this run and you survive, it's money in the bank. If you find a really good item like a LEDX or, you know, a high-end key or something really good, that just stacks money, man. You come over here, hit this bag. There's some spawns here. There's some gun parts that spawn here. Toolbox in here, gun parts in there. Clear your corners. There's a Jaeger stash here. And then all the way down, there's another. Yeah. So this area if you have time, I always recommend hitting this area. So you can push over here and go inside these buildings. I loot these buildings. I mean, when I first started playing, these buildings would basically be the only things that I would hit, and I would try to basically extract. These buildings are awesome. Inside this building, I don't know if you know this building too much, but there's a couple of different spawns that you need to check. So you can come over here, go underneath this. Back here, just a couple of more good spawns, but there's some really, really good ammo spawns, and there's some really good weapon attachment spawns that can sell for big money. And then right here, you can get more ammo and then more weapon parts over there. So up here,
Saw your TikTok about this room.
dude, this room rules, man. Right here, graphics card spawn, and a Tetris spawn. So this is just a big tech spawn. Then you have your computers that now spawn graphics cards and all that good stuff. More flash drives. Over here is a moonshine spawn where this vodka is. This is a moonshine spawn. Inside here, another duffel bag, a jacket, and then you can get miscellaneous weapon parts on this table here. Over this way, you have another jacket. You have a toolbox, miscellaneous barter items, but make sure that you go into the back here. This little crate here can spawn air filters, gas analyzers, the big giant air filters, all that good stuff. So it can spawn all of that, and again, another place for eletics. You also want to learn, for when it comes to these sort of items, you want to learn like what sells good and what doesn't. So like 1 slot items. This little thing here is like 20k. This thing here is like, you know, it might sell for a little bit more, but it takes up 2 slots. So this is like 20k for a 1 slot item. That's pretty good. So just keep that in mind. If you pick something up that's 4 slots but sells for 50k, you can throw that down, pick up one thing that sells for 20, and fill the other slots in with better selling stuff. And then another duffel bag. In here, more jackets, food, all that good stuff. Over here, you can get like water filters. They like spawn on the floor and on this table. You can get pretty decent weapon parts. But be careful when you come over in this area. Sniper Scav will shoot you and he will kill you. So just be aware of that. So yeah, and then you can get provisions behind it. Why this room is so good is that like right here, I think spawns an armor repair kit. Those while heavy sell for about 500k each. So in this room here, you can get provisions on this little bed. And then this is a rare spawn. I've only found this probably twice, but you can get a roller on this thing's wrist right there, a gold roller.
Yeah, I found a few gold chains behind it.
Yeah, you can find stuff in the floor, and I usually check for the roller and just get out. So then, what I do is these 2 buildings up here, I try to hit them pretty quick. The thing about this building here is it's not super profitable because you have like a dead scav and whatever, but what I like to do is go up both of these stairs, and you have those big green boxes. Those big green boxes can spawn all kinds of weapon parts, weapon attachments, guns, anything. But they also spawn red rebels. So you can pull a red rebel. So you have a chance for a red rebel there and over there. So it's always worth coming in here and just giving it a quick little check.
Gotcha.
Then in here, you've got this big technical box that can spawn all kinds of good barter items, water filters, all that good stuff. Right here in the floor is a gas spawn along with a air filter spawn and a water filter spawn right here on the floor. Provision spawns on here. learned the prices of provision spawns because like you can sell, I believe it's herring. Herring usually sells for like, you can get like 30, 40K a can for it. So it's pretty good. So right here is a gold spawn and a rare spawn where there's a golden egg here. So this can be bitcoins, rollers, gold watches, eggs, and then underneath it is another spawn too, and this is money this time. Couple computers, these jackets, and then you have a weapons box where you can get some pretty good weapons. I would recommend hitting toolboxes as well. So there's a toolbox up there, but you know it's here. And then, just like that, you can, if you want, you can hit that thing over there and get out. So we got the construction spawn. So the key is learning is that same route. You know what I mean? So is doing it over and over and over again and being more and more efficient. So we'll go back in there and I'll show you. Hopefully we get a different spawn and I can go to we get a different spawn and then I can show you like Big Red all the way to ZB13. We'll see if we can find. Hopefully, if not, we'll just run to one and pretend like we spawned there. All right. So
down to 11.5 mil now.
So you don't have to hit this building, right? But again, depending on if you get like the trailer park spawn, for example, you can hit trailer park and then you could come into Big Red. I don't recommend coming into Big Red during the early wipe because Big Red is again, it's just going to be full of players. And if you want to chance it with some PvP, I mean, you can come in here and hit it. But I always skip it in early wipe because I've died more times early wipe trying to loot this bitch than anything. People will come in here and just and they fucking camp. They'll come in here and like and get behind this forklift and they'll be trying to get shotgun kills and they'll camp and they'll get like right here with slugs. And as soon as they hear you going up those metal stairs, they just
yeah. Always remember, man.
Or shit.
Tarkov has the most toxic players I've ever played with. Like, they're so dirty, dude.
They're so dirty. Right here, you can get I think it's right here. There's a weapon repair kit. It's either here or here, but somewhere through there, there's a weapon repair kit. Tech spawn right over here by this cot right here on the floor. And then duffel bag. So if you've got this key and it's open, I would recommend hitting it. It's Tarkov Director's Office. It's a damn good key.
Yeah, I've got it. We typically come up here.
Yeah, most of the video cards I've got is on that first computer on the
and
left.
this little room here. But you know what's in there? You probably know about all these spawns. Right here in this trash can, an intel folder spawns in it. I've pulled it out multiple times. Jackets, all that good stuff. So you hit all this, yada yada yada. Let's go to trailer park. I want to show you that real quick.
I would make
Fucking love trailer park. I love this whole area. It is so good and it's never hit. I could bring my scav in here next and it won't be hit and I'll come out of here and just loot this whole thing. So in here, crate and a jacket. This car is incredible. It can spawn just about any weapon in the game. And you can see there's a gun sticking out of it. It's an SVDS, early game SVDS. That thing's probably worth like 70, 80, 90K on the market. Yeah. And then also these kind of guns too, depending on what the ammo is. Yeah, it's got PS ammo in it. So any gun can spawn back here. And you can also get tons of good provisions and what have you out of here too. Tons of great items, nuts, bolts, all kinds of shit. Down here, graphics card spawns right here. There's a duffel bag in there too. Supposedly, moonshine spawns in the backs of these cars, so you can open them up. I've not found them, but you know, whatever.
Yeah, they can be on the shelves too. I found them.
Yeah,
all throughout
right here, armor right here on this shelf, armor repair kit. That's 500K right there.
Golly.
Then you've got all kinds of
Heavy.
barter items, tons of shit. This dead scav is awesome. I've pulled slicks off this guy. I bet I've pulled a dozen slicks off this guy. And of course, he doesn't have shit on him this time. But yeah, I've pulled slicks, fast MTs. You can get that armor and just be like, okay, I'm not going to run a slick or a fast MT. Immediately vendor it. It's, you know, like 80k for the fast MT, and then the slick will net you almost 200k. Just fucking sell it. There can be barter items that spawn on this little shelf here. You can go over here. This building here, 81. This shelf right here can spawn gas analyzers. So, right here can spawn gas analyzers. What's important about a gas analyzer is, one, early wipe, you need like, what, 4, 5, something like that. But there's a barter for gas analyzers where you can get an RFB. And an RFB is a really solid, like, DMR. And you can trade 2 gas analyzers for 1 RFB. And then you can have a pretty solid weapon that you can use early game. Yeah, over here, you can go this way. Let X spawn in here. And then there is beside the med thing, there's a provision spawn. And then in here, duffel bag. A lot of folks don't know about this little spawn over here. I sound like Paisley. Over here. Right here. Where this box where I'm at. This is an anything spawn. You can get anything in the game here. Bitcoins, you can get key cards. Red key cards can spawn here. Anything in the game can spawn right there. This bus, there's a key spawn on this bus for a room in Shoreline that you always want to check for. I think it spawns right here. But I never can remember, but it's one of these seats. So just check these seats and see if the key's here. If the key's here...
The first chair behind the driver.
Oh, is it right here? Yeah. So check it and get it. It's a good key. It's a pretty good key.
It's sell for 60k too.
Yeah, it's good key. Solid key. Easy money. You can hit this little blue building here. Jackets. A weapon case. Filing cabinets.
Buy the key for that. Jackets that do that.
Hell yeah.
Other keys.
Filing cabinets are the shit. You can get Intel folders. Intel folders sell for about 320k right now on the market. You can get Intel folders. You can get military flash drives, regular flash drives, SSDs. Insane stuff you can pull out of there. So make sure to always hit the filing cabinets.
The key's called the portable cabin key.
Yeah, portable cabin key.
And it's got 3 jackets in it.
It's awesome.
I need that one for Quest right now.
You may need it. You'll need portable cabin, and then you'll need trailer park cabin key. You'll need both of them eventually.
Gotcha.
Well, this is separate from the one in the mission. This portable cabin key.
Yeah, this is another one. Open another door.
Part.
Yep.
It's the upstairs part of that.
Back there. So before you run across the RUAF, clear this. Right here. People like to camp in it. So you can push across here.
Yeah, the main thing too, man, the looting is just knowing what the price is.
That's the big thing.
1 slot items that are worth 15k, and if it's a 4 slot item, then each slot needs to be worth like 15k for it to be worth it. If it's a 4 slot item and it sells for 20k, that means each slot's 5k each. Shit, toss it.
Throw it down. You got a Jaeger stash here on this corner, and then you have a Jaeger stash over here in this bush. Right there in that bush. Right there. I don't know if you know about those two or not.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, up here. Pop this. So this used to not be an extract that was up constantly. I would recommend do not come up here. I would say if you hit this, push down, and come up here. There's a duffel bag back there. I would just not mess with that area. if you want to go that way, come this way. There's a dead scab in this bush over here. There's a key in it, but it also can spawn a graphics card in it. This guy right here.
Yeah, and food and drink, and some of the food and drinks were 20K.
All that, yeah, you got like herring, tarcola, squash. Pick all that shit up. Over this way, you can go. Now this is where you're going to get a little bit trickier, right? Right around this corner, there's a duffel bag. You're always going to want to hit your duffel bags. Okay. Then you can come over to Crack House. Do you know all the loot spawns in Crack House?
I'm not usually in Crack House very long, but yeah, somewhat.
Okay. Okay.
The machine gun starts tearing into it every time.
So these little trailers through here too, they've got provision spawns in them. So sugars, chocolates, all that stuff can spawn in those. So it might be worth taking a peek. Personally, I like going in a Crack House. I mean, it's a PV. It might be PvP heavy, but the reason why I like it is, especially early game, you can get tons of meds through here. And if you're not big into using syringes and injectors, that's one slot items that sell for a shitload of money. So like adrenaline sells for like 20 or 25K to therapist each. Morphine sells for like 20 to 25K to therapist. So that all through there is spawns for medical. In here is a really good room where you can get meds on these shelves. IFAKs, SAWAs, all that good stuff. Ammo.
Guy like him, I avoided you. But now I'll tell you what you can do, man. Walk up to it, crouch for a second and listen. He's in it.
They make a shitload of noise because people are moving. You got 2 filing cabinets here. Hit those. And then, of course, you have your intel folder spawns that can be on these shelves. And the fact that intels are about 320K, 350K each.
That makes it definitely worth going in there.
Hit them. Hit that shit. Down
That's
here,
even if you die with it and it's in your gamma, it's still going to sell for 250K.
there's a dead scav through this little crack here. He can spawn some really, really nice like gold items. You have to crouch down and you'll be able to hit him. Yep.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep. In here, you got a jacket, provision spawns, and then you have a gold spawn right here.
I
Rare
also
spawn
found downstairs there too, Aaron. The door facing Alamo. That there's a med bag or something, a med table, a cart on the left.
Yeah, dude, it's awesome.
I got a LEDX there once.
Yeah, you can get a LEDX is spawned through here. Most often, you're going to find IFAKs, AFAKs, CMSs, survival kits. So you kind of just walk around this area and just keep your gun kind of pointed down and just scan it and wait for a perception dot and check all the way around it. Again, here, LEDX spawn. And here's a spot that people don't hit in here. They skip this room. You got a jacket. You got a duffel bag. But this little guy can spawn awesome stuff. And you can get some pretty nice gun parts in this fallen over little brown case. Here's an MK18 mag. And then here's a Salvo 12 silencer. Yeah, AP rounds in this MK18 mag. So, like, you can get some pretty insane gun parts right through here. So, pick that shit up.
The giving tree too, right?
We're not there yet. I'm gonna take him over there.
When you get over there, just make sure you show him that, because anything's spawn there.
In here, another jacket. Here's a moonshine spawn right here where this vodka's at. Duffel bag you can hit, and then ammo can spawn here. All right, let's
the nice thing about what he's showing you, man, is no matter where you spawn, you're gonna know where all loot.
Yeah. Alamo. I mean, I always skip Alamo personally. I never go in. I don't like Alamo. It's always a dogfight in there, but you can get some pretty nice shit in there. So if you're feeling brave, go in there. I mean, I can show you this over here. So there's a PMC spawn you can get. The PMC spawn is right here. Right here. This is the PMC spawn. If you get this spawn, you can go right inside this building here. I mean, you can just come over here and hit this anyways if you want. You can get miscellaneous stuff here on this table, but over here is more gun parts. And you can, and what else spawns here is the night vision quad goggles, which sell for a shitload of money. So you can, so that's a really good spawn too. But this is an RK1, and any of these RK foregrips sell for good money. There's also a toolbox up top. But anyways, so then you get that spawn. You can hit this building. I always recommend. I mean, if you're feeling, I mean, I'm dumb, I'm stupid, so you don't have to do this, but I do this. You can push into Alamo.
There can be some good loot in there.
You push into Alamo, come to this side. I'm sorry, come to the other side. You see this gunner right here? This machine gun?
Yeah.
So, if you look straight through Skeleton, you see 3-story dorms, right? Watch.
Yeah.
Watch. This is the grenade launcher. You get yourself lined up. You gotta be quick, though. Let me shoot one.
Every time I've tried that, I've got shot off. Disco doesn't like to do it, though.
That counts as a shooter. That can count as a shooter born in heaven kill.
Yeah.
So, and then kill whatever's over there, because fuck those people. And then, of course, you got technical crates up here and med spawns. Really, though, if you want to hit something in here and hit it quick. Moonshine spawn. Moonshine spawn. Gold spawn. Always check right here, because what'll happen a lot of times, there'll be a gold spawn, and it spawns, like, it spawns, right... Shit. It'll spawn in this little, like, raised up area, like here, and it, like, hides it, so you can't see it. Like, you see how it's hidden there a little bit? It'll spawn actually in there, and you won't be able to see it, so you have to wait for a provision bot. Green box, duffel bag. So, hit that. You can go upstairs and hit the stuff. Over here, there is... before you go into this room, come to the side here. Lean peek it. Check that shelf. People like to get about right there and camp it. Med spawn, med spawn, med spawn, and then just miscellaneous parts. 2 jackets, and then you can get some night. These things sell pretty good too. They're like 20k each. Okay, and then we can go to. But yeah, if you want to skip this, you don't have to come in here. I mean, yeah, it's whatever. Water filter spawns there.
By the way, we got Cody's PT pistol and his guards.
He told me he killed him twice last night.
3 in a row, yeah.
Yeah. There's a... Oh, right here. Another Jaeger stash. Just remember this big tree right here. Come to this tree and hit that. Don't walk any further. Then you step back, run to this. Don't go past this sign. You'll die. Another Jaeger stash right here.
I got my Dorn kill too on the second one.
Nice. I still need to kill stupid Fruitman, Dwight Schrute.
Yeah.
Check this corner. People will camp right there.
You better watch out for my rat ass.
Yeah.
Right
In here, people like to get right in there, around this, because you can get into like a pretty cheeky little spot and lean pick it. You rock in. But this is Giving Tree. I don't know if you come over here and check this a lot, but this Giving Tree, right here can spawn red key cards. Right here. Anything in the game can spawn right there. Another Jaeger stash here.
And then the med bag in here.
Yeah, you got a med bag in
We
there
hit
too.
all
Good
three.
point. Yep. Inside gas station. Anything spawn, weapon spawns. I've pulled tier 5 armors out of there. I've pulled guns out of there. Just about everything. So come over here. You can hit this green box. Moonshine spawn right here. Check the back of this. Moonshines can spawn, vodkas, all that good stuff. So you can go in here and loot too, but there's some pretty decent spawns in there you can hit, but it's not like super, super great. You can, though, come in here. And these little shelves here can spawn anything in the game as well. So you can get docks cases, you can get injector cases, all kinds of good stuff. So like right there's Razer headphones, a jacket, all this good stuff. So you can come in here, look this over, push back out. Wow.
I might have missed the mark calling off of the loot lord.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might be you.
Another Jaeger stash.
Just by God know where the loot is.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I know every custom spawn. Gas spawns here, gas spawns here. Water filters spawn there. Water filters can spawn here. So then you can, there's a jacket over there you can hit. And that's pretty much it in here. Go down suicide. And then now you're back over here where these buildings are at that I showed you already.
Yeah.
This little van here.
And shit.
Yeah. This little van here. 2 computers. So you flash drives, graphics cards, all that good stuff. And then that's pretty much it. I mean, well, you have this another Jaeger spawn back here. I don't think I showed you originally.
Did you show him to jump over to go back over too?
No, I will though. I'll poke my head out there and show him.
Yeah, I would. Doesn't know how to get over both sides of that wall.
All the way down. You can jump over there. Then there's 3 Jaeger stashes in this little area here. The other one's over here by this pipe. Right here. More Jaeger spawns. And that is essentially that's essentially the routes that I've taken. It just depends on one it's repetition, and 2 it's understanding the goal is extract, man. If you're taking fire, skip shit, get out. Just get out of the raid.
Yeah, knowing the PMC spawns too is real good knowledge because it tells you what buildings to avoid early. They know where to get loot that too, and they're going to be in this good build.
Yep. I need to go
Map
live.
knowledge, man. Nothing better. I'm telling you.
Yeah, map IQ over everything.
That's good.
So run that, but do it at nighttime. And
You'll make a fortune, dude.
You'll die. Out of 10 times, your death rate should be like 20%.
Yeah.
If it's higher than that, you slow down. Slow your character down. Spend more time. Don't run. Slow down. So
I'm gonna have to get comfortable with nighttime runs though.
Yeah, get you like a get you. You can. I don't think you can buy night vision just yet, but you can buy like the cheap night vision, and it's
Boosts the gamma.